Milkicow. And top left on Ruby Rock, we do have Defmars. So look around the wall here for Dusty Shoe for Milkicow. That's such a funny decision, to be honest, because you're playing against Protoss. I'm gonna see Mech. Oh boy. On Ruby Rock of all maps, he goes for a command center first. Defmars can still adjust his build. He sees this, he can throw down a proxy if he wants to. It's gonna be finishing up with the cybernetic score, so that could be a very fast one. Those have 60 HP, you don't really want to go for harassment on those. Gonna delay this, but just a tiny bit here, and he's almost gonna lose the probe. So definitely need to be careful with that one. Instantly a Nexus, so he goes and matches this. Not gonna go for the aggression. I think I would have liked the aggression, honestly. I guess the proxy pylon would have been late. But yeah, you could have made a second gate at home, the cybernetic core, a third gate outside here. And get like a 3-gate rush going. There used to be a funny build that Huck made way back in the day that was still Wings of Liberty, I think. And it was called the Huck 4-gate. And what it had was... it had a Nexus first, I think. And then you just go into 4 gates. Or maybe it was a Nexus after the first gate, I'm not sure. But you had a lot of production coming online, a lot of units. And a fast Nexus with that. I really like that one. I can't remember how it was. The build auto. I was getting 2 comp sets here, by the way. He's a little bit afraid of Templar tech, or DT tech, I should say. On one base, yeah, might be done now. He scans to see the tech, but also is definitely a worthwhile time spent here. And there's nothing else you can use these scans for, so they're basically free scouting all time long. So the academy, of course, is to provide the scanners. And he goes into mech now, behind this. He had already got the siege mode, which I don't agree with, honestly. If you want to go mech, you kind of want to go mines or speed first. I feel mines is probably the best way. And you just start to produce some vultures and chuck them across the map. And you're gonna lay some mines to get some map control. Because you force your opponent to make an observer before he can ever move out. There's those mine upgrades. The thing is, with the mines, they also see invisible units. And if they can attack them, they're gonna do that. So if you have a DT coming across the map, you just need mines and can kill it. Or factory coming in here. One armory. He will have mines here in 3 seconds. He's just gonna decide to walk back home. That barracks is a little bit too much forward, I think. You can just kill this now. Yeah, that needs to be picked up and shuffled back a little bit. I'm sorry, bro. That's just not the position you're looking for. Oh, he's doing very defensive mines right now. Ooh, you can never blink on top of this, by the way. Going for the speed now. For vultures, he even has mines up in the main. Here's the engineering base. He's gonna make a turret so he can push off the observers and he can defend his mines a little bit better. But Defmars he just expanded. He's going into a forge, he's stacking up, he got his Templar archives, which he still needs to utilize for some storm. He's getting charged, which is gonna be very good against these tanks. But he would need something more against the vultures. You don't really want to play a stalker style, I think, against those. The mortars, I'm not sure how viable those are, honestly. They're pretty good against tanks, of course, but like you need something to deal with vultures and their freaking mine madness. And as good as Goliaths are in ground to air, maybe this is the moment where you try to swap into Harriers or Void Rays or something along those lines. Maybe Disruptors are the answer. But you definitely would need a second robo because you kind of need to keep on producing more and more observers. No break attempt here from Defmars. Can he handle this? There's no mines in front of these tanks. And even the vision is not out there. So he gets jumped on. Immediately he is gonna lose his tanks. Like, nothing. Oh my god. Milkicow completely caught out of position here. Didn't have anything in front of the tanks. Does he have no mines anymore? Why? He has 3 in the pocket. I think that might have been the one that popped just now. But yeah, this is going very much south. Oh, he blinked into the main and got hit by a few mines there. He's gonna eat another one here, but only on one of these stalkers. So yeah, mines maybe a little bit too stacked up. SCV is trying to be pulled here into battle. And he just lost so many units there at the beginning of this fight. This just doesn't work. Defmars is going to take the first map of this best of 3. Very convincingly, I think. Though he just caught Milkicow down with his pants, leaning over. And he came from behind. And there's not much you can do. Right? There's no way to run, no way to hide. You can try to pull up your pants in a panic move. You can try to lean back. But then you're most likely gonna fall down anyways, so... that just didn't go the way that Milkicow was anticipating this. He was trying to set up for a third base. He set up the tanks too early, he set up everything else too slowly. He had a good position for the north corner, but the west corner was completely open. Bam, crushed. Perfectly crushed by Defmars. Still gonna play the same setup though. Brood War Terran against StarCraft 2 Protoss. With some Zerg music. Mothership is gonna be the map. Three, two, one. No, we're not gonna go there. Defmars was up 1-0. Okay. Alright, let's hop in to Dusty Shoes. Milkicows. There's some weird names, man, that guy. In the bottom center position, it is our Terran player. In the top right, it is the Protoss. StarCraft 2 Protoss. Actually gonna grab a real quick drink and you can enjoy Milkicow's natural, because I don't think there's gonna be too much action in the very early game. Let's see. I probably have a minute. And there is that base, right? So it's going into the fast natural again. I think commands it again. I pretty much see that from here. And on the other side we have the Nexus after the gate. Kind of the same build matchup again. And the probe is harassing the SCV, so he will delay that command center by quite a bit. That's actually a really good delay, because this was a CC first. You kind of want to have every second count for that one. I just had a stunning idea. I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so we're here where the game is gonna pick up some action right now. Academy is there. We're gonna see a little bit of marine production here, but only the odd one or two to kind of hold any super early pressure. Mech is gonna be the same game here as earlier, but we will go into vulture production first. Let's see that mine upgrade. Thank you very much, sir. That's a sweet choice indeed. And on the other side, gateway number 2, I want to say, is coming online here very slowly. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any aggression from Defmars coming in. He will go into blink, but he won't have many units to utilize that. Robo on the way here. 2 gate, blink robo, and then probably into a 3rd base very soon. Milkicow is going to have an opportunity to put out some mines though on the field. He only has 2 vultures though. He's gonna go across the map with this. That's an interesting choice. Well, this and the 5 marines. Is it 6? I cannot count. You can confirm. There's the 3rd nexus. I was gonna put down these mines, but that was a little bit too middle down the road. It was kind of aggressive, but not really trying to shove it against him. So in the end, he just loses the mines. It was too close, so it was seen, and then was counterplayed. Defmars killed 2 mines just like that. There's still no speed, of course, and he just utilized the last mine. Oh, that was unfortunate. And there's already observers, so yeah. Try to do the mine shoving, right? He's gonna wait here with these vultures. Of course, they will one-shot probes. I think they deal 20 damage. Yeah, they will deal 20 damage, but they need to be synced up, of course, so the shield does not regen or anything. Couple more vultures coming in. I don't think he has speed yet. And he's not making that finally. So now he's gonna try to shove in with the mines. I think he just laid a mine. Oh. I mean, it will force the way open, but there's the stalkers coming back and he catches these vultures. It just took a moment too long. Unfortunately, he only laid 2 mines out of these vultures, so he didn't lay some mines before going in. That's always a little bit of a mistake. Kind of want to get them down and get some mines out on the map. And the first push is coming in here. He's going to try to set up a minefield with this as well, and he's slowly pushing in. This could be promising, but there's again a flank of stalkers coming, but only 4 this time. They're going to get busted by these tanks and the mines. Oh my god, the blink into the mines there. The tank does also got kind of hit by the mines, but that didn't, like, you don't care anymore at that point if you can kill 4 stalkers like that. And he loses another 2 stalkers here to these tanks. The marines with the vultures here are pushing through, but a cannon is going to be able to hold that. Ooh, 2 mortals there. Everything's kind of disjointed here. The observer does get killed. The Marines actually doing a fine job here. Tanks moving in very slow into a better position. Trying to siege up here from the top of that ramp. And this is gotta be a perfect position for the tanks. Yeah, you should bring one down here somewhere like that and siege it up maybe on the ramp. You will still have a little bit of the high ground advantage there, I guess, for the mischance. If you shoot from the low ground, remember, this is a thing here in Evo. If you come from the high ground and you shoot from the low ground, you will have a mischance. Now, he's gonna try to break them, and I think this is looking really good. 3 mortal flank was a little bit too powerful. Can he move safely through those mines? Oh my god. This is looking so funny, this thing. Doesn't even look burrowed. Man, it's like barely out of... Oh, there we go. And he loses another stalker. Oh, bam. Trying to move in right now with some vultures. Ooh. It does get in, but it doesn't really get that much damage. A few vultures here coming as well from the side. He's trying to lay down mines, but that didn't work out either. The cannon was really providing a lot of cover there. And behind this Milkicow didn't go for a third base. I mean, he has it, but it's not landed yet. But that should have already been kind of on the way. Maybe he wanted to really make that even on location, because he had the map control while he was pushing, of course. Now he's starting to get more and more mines here throughout the map. Oh man, these stalkers. Woo! Why didn't he wait for the observer? Make him heart race. Unnecessarily here. Defmars. Definitely living dangerous. Maybe Mars means dangerous. Def is definitely dangerous. Okay, starport now. What is he gonna make though? Are we gonna see like vessels, defense matrix, EMPs, pretty good spells in this matchup? Ooh. The transfer to this field was really painful there. Vulture's going in a little bit too far though, so all of that front line for the tanks is gone. And these tanks might not be on the high ground, so I'm not sure if they actually do hit all their shots. +1 is just finishing after the fight, so quite the anti-timing here as well. And Defmars is counter pushing right now. He's starting to see, so he will run into one mine though, luckily enough here, but does not connect. There's gonna be the mine connections now. Of course they are targeting the tank. But yeah, this minefield is like impossible to break right now. There's only one tank behind though. He had a lot of tanks earlier, but he used all of them in that fight. Oh, there's a couple more here. There. I like the turret coming in. Try and save the mines. Turret save the mines. We do see an Archon drop now being commenced here onto these mechanical and biological SCVs. There's a lot of Goliaths though in production. He's still getting the Goliath range. It's gonna take a while. The Stalker's gonna get leashed into tank fire. And he did make a warping happen, but these SCVs have a lot of HP, so they can actually tank a ton of damage here. But that didn't feel like a good move here from Defmars, only killing 6 SCVs and trading out so many units for that. No, that would be a nice target to repair. You had so many SCVs there. I would have loved to see a repair on that tank. He's like scanning. Where's your army? He moves back with the army. He sees, oh, he's shooting this thing right now. He's doing the crab walk. Oh, triple Stargate transition now. He is going into air weapons. Are we seeing some carriers now? This is a carrier transition here from Defmars. So, Milkicow has the Goliath transition already on the way. He's only on 1-1. He needs to get up his upgrades. There we go. He's starting the +2 for now. That SCV is stuck, unfortunately. And Defmars is pushing across the map. He's getting the fleet beacon right now. I wonder if you actually want to get the 3 Stargates at once like that. Oh, EMP. We're gonna see EMP, we should be seeing some vessels. I hope we will utilize some D-Matrix as well. There's the 4th base. For Terran player, he needs to get that saturated. He's gonna bring some SCVs now. Setting a lot of small flanks and funny groups of units up. It looks like an AI. It looks like one of these missions. We have like an AI controlling the map by having small pockets of units everywhere. Like weird random kind of distributions. Milkicow is quite nicely defended. He was debating making another star board, but does decide against that. This could be a long one. Both players going into super passive mode right now. We're going into more Nexi, into more bases, into more turrets, more depots, more defensive structures. Gonna have a really big army very soon though, but +3 already done for Defmars on ground. That's actually very big. And we see how far behind the upgrades here for our Terran player. He's just finishing up +2 though very soon. Well, that's gonna be good. Like +2 is kind of all you need on mech. Of course +3 is way better, but +2 always feels like such a crucial upgrade. I think it's something about the math between Goliath versus interceptors and something about tanks versus stalkers. And that does mesh very well with those upgrades. Like here's the one immortal. Like, what? I guess it's a good way of not getting your army scouted, but now we're going in, yeah, we're gonna see some D-Matrixes. Oh, he's gonna throw down EMP. That was a really good hit. All of these immortals are drained. Of course, they still have the barrier. Now we do see there's scans. I hope there's scans. I hope he has more scans. You need to throw down I guess he has the detectors anyways, right? Yeah, he has the detectors anyways. I'm not sure about the cloak field. It doesn't really do much. But he will crush his army. Wow. Protoss OP. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I got so surprised I had a sneeze come through and I just couldn't block it. Wow. I mean, he was very stuck up in like one location. Maybe that wasn't the best army composition as well. And like way of setting that up. There was no mines in front. But that did not look good. And there's a lot of tanks still at home. Like, didn't he bring them? And he had them sitting at home. There's gonna be the D-Matrix finally. Look at this carrier trying to tickle it down. He gets through the D-Matrix, but he loses. I think he lost the carrier or something. Or that. 7 Goliaths at a time, yeah? He's gonna try to kill off the mothership. There's another cloak here on the way. Oh my god. 17 HP is like one shot. One stray missile turret or something. And Defmars is gonna decide to move back a little. What? 6 Archons? He's like, I have the money. Take my money. Okay, so the Archons, of course, they are immune to spider mines. Unless something else next to them does detonate them. They do have a lot of HP, so they can just push in. But it's shields, so they die rather fast. Natural base is gonna be killed here. Defmars is looking really powerful right now. I wonder if our Milkicow Terran can find a way out of this here. Looks like those missiles fly so fast. Maybe they fly a little bit too fast, honestly. Crazy. They look like laser beams. Okay. But yeah, there's still a lot of carriers. They don't have too many intercepts right now, but they still have some. There's another base floating over. So we're still expanding here as Milkicow, but it just doesn't look good. Like Defmars is everything on the side. And if you stack all your mines like this, they will blow up each other. So you're not gonna have the best day anyways. Slow zone is gonna slow this approach. There's so many Goliaths. Wow. Just throwing EMP unfortunately into nothing. I feel like D-Matrix would have been a way better choice here. Mine's trying to be planted down here again, but even a tank getting on into action is gonna get sieged up here. But yeah, this base is gonna be gone as well, and he lost so many supply depots which he set up out there, so he's down to 101 max supply right now. GG's gonna be called here, yeah. That just didn't look good anymore, and 2-0 for Defmars here. He will move on in that group.